You thought it was going to be a free ride here, come on board the ship, charge whatever you want, and you ain't going to get caught. You did. You're using illegal credit cards on board the ship, and you booked the ship with it.
No, I did not.
And you booked your cruise illegally.
On February 8th, 2024, in Florida, police were called to a cruise ship after security accused a female passenger of using stolen credit cards to book her voyage. By the time officers arrived, ship security already had her in custody. What followed was a roughly 20-minute onboard investigation that ended with a felony arrest, but not for the offense the cruise line had reported. 3 legal questions drive the analysis: when Miranda attaches, when probable cause supports a felony arrest, and how the evidence at the scene constrains the charge.
Did somebody ask you to come on the cruise ship and do something?
No, no.
She just what?
She just what?
Go ahead.
Nothing.
What did she tell you to do? Whoever
Nothing.
she is. Listen,
But it should be my name, though.
why did the person tell you to come on the cruise today? You've never been on a cruise before. You booked your cruise recently. Who told you to come on the cruise?
Someone booked the cruise, and they told us to, they asked about the excursions, and basically it was something to do to get away.
So someone told you to book the cruise. They booked it for you. Who is that someone?
I don't know her.
How did you find out about her?
So some stranger just...
No, it was on the internet.
It was on the internet. So some stranger on the internet that you don't know
Basically saying
said, hey, I'll pay for your cruise
If you do what?
if you do what?
No, you have to pay. You have to pay them. You have to cash out money and everything. I never asked no questions, how much or none of that. She told me I need to get her some money up front. All that stuff.
So it's through Cash App. So you
Yeah.
have the invoice on the Cash App app.
No, not cash apps. She stay in the city, so I can actually go up. Meet her.
So did that same person tell you to get this?
Huh?
Did that same person, the Cash App? Same person you... We're talking about, the lady. Did she tell you to get this?
No, that was through some. That was for something totally different.
One tablet with ACI logged in.
Yeah, that wasn't for the cruise.
But what did she tell you to do on the
tablet in my
cruise?
office, please.
Nothing.
ACI logged in.
She asked if we want to go and to pay her. That's it. That's all.
So what did you pay her? How much?
Yeah.
How much did you pay her?
Huh?
How much did you pay her?
Just a couple hundreds.
You paid her a couple $100 to go on a cruise?
Yes.
Give me a number.
500.
So $500 to go on this cruise today.
Yes.
What did that $500 give you?
Her and to go on the excursions.
Excursions?
Yeah. But we never did the excursions though.
How much did it cost to book a cruise today? How much did it cost?
I don't know. He told me I owed $1,200.
So who's the lady? What's her name?
I don't know her name.
Then how did you pay her?
Cause I went through. I don't know the lady name. I barely even know the lady like that. But
So
I
you paid $500 to be on this ship today.
Yes, I
Even though
thought
it cost you over $1,200 to actually be on this ship. So who paid for the difference?
she said all I had to do was just pay for my flight.
So you only paid for your flight.
Yes, and gave her my money.
What did she ask you to do on the ship? Be
Nothing.
honest.
Huh?
Yes, what did she ask you to do on the ship?
Nothing right now.
No one in their right mind is gonna let you pay $500 for a voyage that's well over $1,200 for you to do absolutely nothing, and you don't even know this person. So
I thought it was a scam.
you
But
thought
I thought it was, but I did it.
Why did you think that?
Because she was saying she could do it and then can't. So.
Because she said what? Can you repeat that? I'm not sure what you said. Can you repeat yourself?
I thought I wasn't gonna be able to do it. But she told me to just book the plane ticket, and then she was like, you gotta leave.
You leave, and then what?
Come here.
And then what?
Be on the cruise.
And do what?
She said we do the drinking. I ain't even did. I ain't.
Do the drinking. What
Yeah,
else?
do the drinking. Get off the boat. Do what we need to do. Other than that, that's it.
Before you said that the lady wanted you to take excursions?
What about it?
Okay, but you didn't take them.
No, not today.
Before we ask you any question, you have to understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions, and you have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer,
I'm getting locked up.
Let me finish, please. You have a right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions, and you have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you for any question if you wish. Do you understand these rights as I have read them to you? I just wanted to ask you some questions. All right? All right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Do you want the door shut, officer?
I'm finna get locked up.
We're going to get to that. Fake? Real, real. Okay?
Yes.
All right? Where's the credit cards?
I don't have any credit card.
The credit cards you tried to use.
Wait, what you mean? I haven't tried to use anyone's credit card on here.
Huh?
I haven't tried.
Is this your purse?
Yeah. Them not no debit cards from on here.
Are these yours? This is your purse, correct?
Yeah.
So what were you using to pay for the shift, the drinks, the food?
They said it was already paid for, so.
Well, they have you trying to make purchases because obviously they charge you back.
No, I haven't even made any purchases.
Who's Mark Curry?
That's my uncle. I just was telling him that. And he should have a
That was your grandpa. You changed his Miranda?
we could call him. Matter of fact, we could call Danielle Harvey to verify that.
Why do you have a fake ID?
Somebody made that for me a long time ago. Yeah. I forgot that was even in my wallet.
Yeah, and also to see which card was paid for reservation. Yeah, I'm here. You can help me. I'm here. My CV works. Okay.
Hey.
So our financial
Hello?
accountant will be here and will be doing everything.
You there?
He will do this
Hello?
full experiment.
Hello, how are you? I'm on a cruise ship. How are you? Because this is a fraud case. They were using credit cards that were stolen. And I'm here trying to unfuck it. Something like that. What's up? Probably. Oh, I know. I don't think I'll get there. I gotta undo this thing. I already called Haley on this. Haney had a similar case about 2 months ago.
I gotta go. Call me, okay?
Yeah. I'll let you know how it goes.
You said the lady that booked the cruise for you with her card?
I guess, yeah.
You guess? You said that she also booked the excursions for you prior to you getting on the ship?
Yeah.
And then what? You were supposed to come aboard, cancel the excursions, so she got the money back?
Yes, no. Is that what was happening? You do know. Was that what you were told to do? What did she tell you to do? Remember how I said we have facts? Okay?
Yeah.
Remember how I said I can continue to give the facts along the way because we know you're not being truthful. So what did she tell you to do with the excursions? She tell you to cancel them?
I just canceled one.
Yeah, so.
You didn't answer my question. She tell you to cancel.
Right, that's what she told you to do.
I only
Go
canceled
ahead. She told you to go ahead and cancel the excursions so she gets the money back. Right.
but she they said you can't get money back anyway. I was just on your account.
Why don't you start from the beginning?
Yes.
What happened?
So basically, we were notified from the shoreside office that it was fraudulent activities on the credit card, that it's reported that it's not authorized payment, and then it came to us.
Was this the card they used to book the trip?
So no, it's different card.
So how did you get alerted that the fraud was on it?
That's something that we need to check with the office.
So you went and checked the card, but you went and talked to the people? What happened after that?
Ma'am, just set
They
your
let
phone
you know
down,
that the
okay?
card was
Please.
not used?
So we don't have the contact with the from shoreside. You can that I don't.
I just need
Yeah.
a coherent story
Yeah,
here.
so basically we were notified from the office that fraudulent activity was done on the card. We
Okay.
cannot collect the payments
Okay, and that was for charges on board the ship.
and the voyage fare as well.
So it was for the voyage?
Yeah, of course for the voyage. Of course, and it's two different cards are used. One it's used for the payment for the voyage, and apparently the different one is here on board.
A different card that was here. All right. But you don't know who the card belongs to that was fraudulent.
No, they're not giving us that. That's from our shore side. Shai Azurbel is our chief security officer for the company. They give us only what we need to follow up here. But
So you don't even know the card name on the person's name on the card.
So I think that could be helpful for my Harry.
Still they don't have, because that communication that we received was by email, so we don't have all.
Okay.
Can your offshore security advisor get that for you guys in order for us to?
That will be financial department from Sunset.
Would they be? would
So
you
how
be
do
able
you
to
determine that it
request
was her?
They gave us the numbers.
Numbers for what?
Cabin numbers.
All right, but how do we get to this lady?
So by the booking number and by the.
Is she the only one in the room?
Yes.
All right. And she was the one. Do you have video of her trying to make these charges?
We don't have that shore side. It's everything booking are done pre-voyage.
Okay. So you don't have video of her using the card illegally.
No.
Okay. So all we have is a fake ID. Okay.
Yes, they're
I will
using.
show you, this is the email that we received,
Mm-hmm.
like with the title.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
And
Okay. What do you guys want done?
From our side, we will try to charge the credit cards.
Well, it's not going to work.
yeah, but
But see, for me to make a charge, I have to have a victim. I don't have. I have a card that's bad, but I don't have the card.
Okay, you follow up what you need to follow up.
So
I'm-
it's- yeah,
We
she's
just
not
called-
she's not carrying either card made with the voyages or with any of the excursions. She's not carrying.
So you
either
don't check cards when they come on?
So there is a system how they put online payment if it goes through.
But you, okay, I think there's a flaw there. All right, well, you're going, so let's go. You're being arrested, by the way. And don't touch your phone. Okay? You have anything to say?
Can I tell?
No.
Is she?
No.
Okay.
They're all getting kicked off. You're getting charged. You're getting charged with a felony for possessing a fake ID. Yes.
Begin with Miranda. Under the 1966 decision, Miranda versus Arizona, a suspect in custodial interrogation must be advised of the right to remain silent and the right to counsel before substantive questioning begins. Custody, however, does not require formal arrest. Under the 1984 decision, Berkemer versus McCarty, custody is functional, whether a reasonable person in the suspect's position would feel free to terminate the encounter and leave. Here, the suspect was already in ship security's custody before officers arrived, held in a small interior room, and never told she was free to go. Custody attached well before the warning was read, at roughly the 4-minute 22-second mark. Pre-warning statements about the unknown organizer, the Cash App payment, and the excursion cancellations would face a strong suppression motion. Under the 1980 Innis decision, interrogation includes any words or actions reasonably likely to elicit an incriminating response. Turn to probable cause. The 1964 decision, Beck versus Ohio, requires facts within the officer's knowledge sufficient for a prudent person to believe a particular crime has been committed by the person being arrested. For the credit card fraud allegation, the officer was relying on a shoreside email he had not read, a cardholder he could not name, and charges he could not see on video, a record that falls short of probable cause for a felony fraud arrest. The officer recognized this on camera, stating he needed an identifiable victim and did not have one. He therefore narrowed the arrest to a charge supported by tangible on-scene evidence: felony possession of a fake identification card. That charge rests on Florida Statute 322.212, subsection 1, paragraph A, which makes knowing possession of a forged or counterfeit identification card a third-degree felony, punishable by up to 5 years in prison. The suspect's own admission that the card was hers, that it was fake, and that she knew it was in her wallet, satisfied the statutory elements directly, on her own words, on camera. Had fraud been pursued, the controlling provision would be Florida Statute 817.61, which criminalizes use of a credit card with intent to defraud, where the card is known to be forged or used without the cardholder's consent. Aggregate fraudulent charges of $100 or more in any 6-month period elevate that offense to a third-degree felony, and the cruise booking alone, valued at over $1,200, would have qualified, but only if the supporting records were in evidence.
That's happening.
Okay.
You got involved in this thing,
Okay.
and this is how it's ending. You knew it was a possibility, correct? They probably told you there was no way they could do
listen.
that.
The ID didn't have nothing to.
I know, but we're
Okay.
still charging you for it.
Okay.
Do you understand? You got into this.
Okay. All right.
All right, get up.
Can we,
What?
can we fucking try to charge this card with her name? Is it
No, you
possible?
don't need to touch my coins. Cause I just told him we could do it, and he just took all day just to do it.
Where's the card you used?
And I don't got no coins. I told him he could use if I could use tap. He said no.
No.
Where's the card you used to buy the purchases?
I didn't do it. Somebody else was before me.
So you're still not willing to give up
Can I let her know that I'm
No, you're under arrest. All courtesy is gone.
okay?
You been arrested before?
No.
Never.
Traffic ticket. That's it. How long I'm gonna be
We
like
will
this?
provide
Not
you
my problem.
from the office. They will
But
provide you.
You want to help yourself? Start talking. You don't want to help yourself? I don't really care. You got yourself into this mess. They told you what's going to happen, and they told you how to do this whole scam. You understand? Do you?
Yes.
You're a big girl. You understand exactly what happened. You thought it was going to be a free ride here, come on board the ship, charge whatever you want, and you ain't going to get caught. But guess what? You're caught.
No.
You want to help yourself? Yes or no?
Yes. You still gonna lock me up for the ID? I ain't do nothing.
Oh, you did something. Listen, look, I can write this report real easy. Credit card fraud on board the ship.
No.
Extremely unhelpful. Didn't want to help herself.
Okay.
Charged her with it. And then I just dump it in. Or I could write in, she was very sorry for what she did. Well, she understood, she got involved in a scam. She had no idea about it.
I didn't. That's what I was just explaining to her.
You knew
That I never knew it was a scam, the excursions or.
You knew that credit card wasn't good, and you told them when to do the buyback on that thing. You think that's legal?
Say it again?
The buyback on the cruise excursions. You think that's legal?
No, I never did a buyback.
When you cancel.
Oh. All I did was the cabana thing for tomorrow. That's the only thing that was canceled. Nothing else was canceled for the pearl
And
selling.
who gets the money for that?
The man told me that it goes on the
man? Who's the man?
that I came down here to talk to. It's someone at the front desk.
But who's the lady? That's the question, because you told me there's a lady.
Who was Ann?
Yes.
Who is Ann?
Someone that I met through a person.
Yeah, but you see how I said someone who I met. Remember we talked about that. That's not helpful. You're not helping yourself. Who is Ann?
Somebody I met through somebody.
Come on, let's go.
I met her.
Yeah. So before you go, just if you can try to charge the cards for the voyage.
Okay.
No? Or
You can. If you want to. So if he was to charge my cards, then what?
doesn't matter.
Okay, well, put my purse down. Cause if you gonna charge my cards, I'm still getting locked up.
Yes, because it's a different felony. It doesn't have to be on this one.
Okay, well, no. I don't know. Go ahead. I don't even care.
Did you have any working credit card?
Huh? I need to. Can I tell her that I'm about to be locked up?
In the other side, I have one sailor.
What?
I have another passenger that was in possession of small quantity of marijuana. I want to ask if I can hand over
Give
to
it
you.
to the other guy.
Okay.
And I got enough problems with this thing already.
Okay.
Lord, man. Dumping everything on me.
Oh, man, I know you did.
Yeah, I know. They keep dumping stuff on me like I'm their personal security. What's up?
That was my
What?
that was my little bit of weed.
Uh-huh.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm from Massachusetts.
Yeah, it's a problem.
all the info. Okay? And anything else that you need from them, for sure will be there. Okay?
All this background information about the payment system and everything.
From what coming.
Shai can give you.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, that would be great. 'Cause if we have a name that's associated
They,
with
they,
it.
they will have over there. We don't have here because of the breach.
I call you also for
Hold on.
analysis.
Hold on. Back up.
You know him also?
You don't go until I say so. You understand?
Okay. Okay.
We have another situation with another sailor that we found him in possession of marijuana.
Okay.
It's small quantity.
You can handle that. Listen, clear your hallway out there so she doesn't talk to her.
Hit them. You don't miss. This one.
Yeah.
Keep it
Take
aside.
pink again, yeah?
Sorry for. Okay.
Come on, man.
Go away.
I was just trying to tell someone who I came with.
No, you don't get that luxury.
I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, you did. You're using illegal credit cards on board the ship, and you
I
booked the
didn't
ship
use
with it.
No, I did not.
And you booked your cruise illegally.
No, I did not. I never booked anything.
I got the card that she booked the cruise with the last 4 digits. I got it.
Okay, then.
All right. So you were on board with ship cards and none of them worked.
I told him,
So how do you explain that?
Thank you.
Thank you.
asked him, did he use Apple? Did they have Apple Pay or Tap? I asked him. He said no.
You came on board a cruise ship with a ton of credit cards. None of them worked, except the one, especially the ones in your name.
Okay.
It has to be in your name.
Yeah, and Tap is in my name. Apple Pay.
You've held them up enough. Let's
Okay.
go. Do you want me to take anything else? Phone? Anything? It's up-
Yeah.
I'm asking you.
No. Here, go through this. I don't need to check this.
Can I get that to someone?
Huh?
Would I be able to get that to someone?
You're asking me to help you out when you've been so helpful to me? Is that what you're asking? That's what you're asking me to be. Is me to extend a courtesy to you after you've been so forthcoming.
I haven't did it.
Okay? So we understand each other now? Your purse is coming with us with your phone. All right?
Would I be able to give?
I'm pretty sure she's banned for life for cruising.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Hope so. 27, I'm going to have one 1015 female. Hold on.
The search of the purse and suitcase was lawful under the 1969 decision Chimel versus California, as modified by the 2009 decision Arizona versus Gant, contemporaneous and limited to the arrestee's immediate control. Ship security's earlier search is governed by the private search doctrine and falls outside the Fourth Amendment. Grades. The lead officer earns a C+, sound charging judgment, weakened by the timing of the rights advisement. The subject earns a D+, calm conduct, but she answered substantive questions throughout and volunteered the admission that secured her own felony charge. The cruise line earns a C-, correct detention and prompt referral, but evidence held shoreside that could not be produced on demand at the handoff. Lessons. For officers, read Miranda the moment a reasonable person would not feel free to leave, not when formal arrest is declared, because the functional custody test does not wait for handcuffs. Charge what on-scene evidence will support, not what a corporate referral implies, because a fraud allegation without an identifiable victim, documentary records, or video is not a fraud arrest. It is a referral that needs further work. For subjects, the single sentence that protects you in a felony custodial interview is this: I am invoking my right to remain silent, and I want a lawyer. After that, stop talking, and do not explain, do not negotiate, do not argue. A fake identification card kept in a wallet long after it has served its purpose is not a souvenir. It is a third-degree felony, waiting for the day someone empties that wallet onto a table. For travelers, an offer to book a vacation in exchange for a fraction of its real cost is not generosity. It is a recruitment pitch into someone else's fraud scheme. and the person who carries the cards onto the ship carries the criminal liability. For institutions handling fraud detection, evidence that cannot be produced at the point of handoff to law enforcement is, for charging purposes, evidence that does not exist.
Same ship every time. They get hit, and they wonder why. It's not a carnival, it's Virgin. They get hit all the time. Because they don't have simple, basic security in place. Like, check the name to the card. You know, if she didn't have that fake ID.
Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our channel for even more police interaction and courtroom content.